1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sukenari ZDPs. That's kind of a nice look, huh? Okay, how are we looking? Focus is good, lighting is okay. Let's get this thing started. This is box number 2. Where is my box cutter? No, I'm not going to use one of these knives to cut a box. I mean, come on, guys, get serious. I love it when people give comments like that. This guy's got hundreds of knives in the studio, but yet he uses a box opener to open up a box. Because that's what they're for. Okay. Alright. This is a really tall box, huh? Okay. Kind of like the other day. And yes, so it's another day, another unboxing. And I'm just basically unpacking everything that I purchased from my most recent trip to Japan. Then I'll get all the reviews lined up and ready to go. So as you guys know, I came back from Japan recently. From hopefully my last video, you guys saw the first unboxing of the first box, and this is box number 2. I've got a few more here from my shopping spree of Japanese handmade artisan knives. There are some few surprises that I think you guys would be very excited about. So hopefully they're in this box. I'm really excited for a lot of them, all of them here, but there's a very specific batch of knives that I am extremely excited for. So you guys, I think, will like them as well. Okay, so this is the first knife from the unboxing. Oh my goodness. Now, let me just tell you something. I don't like santokus much at all. I hardly ever use them. I use them when I'm testing them, but really my go-to knives are always my chef's knives and utility knives and then my paring knives. But this, I had to pick up. This here is a Hashimoto. It's an extremely beautiful, rustic, handsome knife. This is just, it's one of those knives that I just had to pick up. It's gorgeous. It's got an ironwood handle. The Damascus cladding is like no other I've ever seen. The sculpted handle on this knife is just beautiful. Anyways, it's a Hashimoto, and I've never seen this knife in the States. I don't think any retailers sell this knife in the States. This is a Kato 210 white. I love knives made by Kato. They are so beautiful, so well done, and there's something that you'll never find with factory made knives. It's the way that they actually taper from above the heel to the rest of the knife. This is something that it can only be done by hand, and I'll go through this more in detail in a full review of the artisan knives I've got here. But basically, you have a really thick spine just above the heel, and that it tapers all the way down to a razor edge to the point. And the taper is actually not even. It doesn't happen gradually. It happens pretty aggressively right around the 1/4 mark of the blade, all the way down to the tip. And again, I'll actually go into more detail to why that's actually very important. But this knife is a perfect example of that. But this is beautiful. I love knives made by Kato. Kato is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. So cool. And it's always got this great smile on his face. And, you know, being able to spend time with these artisans was really something special in this last previous trip to Japan. Ah, here we go. I think I think I found them. So this is a sukenari. These are all sukenari's ZDP 189s, and you guys are thinking, why is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them right here? They're very special, and I'll show you why. Ah, here it is. See the ZDP 189 right here. And you see that the Damascus cladding and that nice high polish. This is a sukenari 189 that everyone knows about. This has kind of become the standard when it comes to ZDP knives. It's just a really well put together knife. Sukenari is a very famous name. They make very good knives. Here's a 210 version with a ebony, silver, and buffalo horn ferrule. Here's a 240 version with a black walnut and buffalo horn ferrule. Here is a 240 with a wenge handle with a buffalo horn ferrule. Here's another 240. These knives are actually technically they're defective, okay, factory defects. And so they have, all of them have just and they're all in the same place, which is actually kind of strange. They all have this tiny little divot. Imagine kind of a teardrop divot on the right side of the knife, just above the heel, right below the spine. And so it literally is about a 1/4 inch long, and it's just a dent in these things. It wouldn't be called a dent. It's basically, and the way this is actually formed is that if you look at the Damascus cladding on these knives, they all basically have been incomplete. So the cladding was folded, and then there is just a kind of a space or a void in the Damascus cladding. And so because of that, they couldn't make it into a stock knife, and so they couldn't sell it to the retailers. I happened to get a hold of them. Other than the fact that they have this little slightly cosmetic defect, they are the exact same grade knife as any sukenari 189s. So yeah, so anyways, I'll post these up at some point. I don't know exactly when. A lot of you guys have been asking for ZDP reviews, so I will keep one here for myself, and the other 4 I will offer to my Patreon supporters. So yeah, I mean, so that's why I'm really excited about them. Well, this one wasn't labeled. Ooh, but it's another, it's another sukenari. This is another 240. Here's another one. Another sukenari. Another 240. This one here has a red ferrule with the wenge handle. This one is gorgeous. Really nice, really beautiful, very distinguished look. And so I'm curious as to which one I'll actually keep for myself. Ah, yes. Here's the next surprise for you guys. Okay, so we got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are Masamoto KS's. The market on the KS's probably is not as hot for them. They're not selling for, $1,000 over retail at this point. But I hear they're still selling for like $500 to $600 on auction. I made it a point to contact the folks over at Masamoto, and I managed to get 5 that were in stock. And so I don't know exactly what they are. So this is a blonde. So I've got 2 black KS's, or I've got 2 KS's with the black buffalo ferrule. I've got 3 KS's with the blonde buffalo ferrule. They will be for sale on my Patreon, to my Patreon supporters. So 5 KS's for sale. Is a kawamura. And yeah, it's got this really interesting spine. I'm trying to remember, because I actually visited so many different artisans that week when I was in Japan. And they're just beautiful. Oh my goodness. Stunning, stunning knives. These are 240s. And they have that, kind of that pyramid shape, like, or not pyramid shape. Yeah, octagonal. They have 1, 2, basically 2. They have like an octagonal spine, which is something that you don't see very often. We have a Saji 135mm petty. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Okay, we have another knife here from Saji. Saji-san. It's a Santoku with an R2 core steel and an ebony handle. Very gorgeous, very, very nice. Take a look at that finish. That's something you don't see. That's something you don't see every day. Amazing, amazing, gorgeous finish. Yeah, for those who are curious, I did pay for all these knives by myself. These aren't review samples. 155 mini Gyuto or utility knife. Very nice. Gorgeous finish. Oh, look at that. This is a 240. That is so nice. Yeah, I like his larger knives. They have a really great dimensions, great cutting profiles, and I love the finish that he puts on these knives. These are just really, really nice touches. They're so refined, but they're also very rustic, and that's what I like about them. So this one has a slightly less of a polished finish on the profile, a bit more subdued of a finish. Handles are just so well done, very comfortable handles. Now this was an impulse buy. Well, sort of. Not really impulsive. This here is something that I would never use. I mean, this is purely a work of art. And the saya here has got, I mean, these are, I don't know what kind of art you call this, but it's hand done. It's got the R2 core steel. The same finish as what we saw in the other knives, but in the handle and custom handle and a custom saya that you don't really see anywhere. Okay, and then we got another one here, but this one here is a Yanagiba. It's a 300mm Yanagiba. All right. You ready? Look at that. Tell me this is not a work of art. Oh my goodness, the fit and finish on this thing is unreal. Unreal. Wow. Be hard to let this one go. Okay, let's make some room. Let's put up these sukenaris, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sukenari ZDPs. That's kind of a nice look, huh? Alright, so this here is a honyaki. It's a takohiki by Doi-san. This is actually an out-of-production knife by the folks over at Sakai Takayuki. It's a honyaki, beautiful, beautiful knife. And so yeah, they had one left that they allowed me the privilege of having. And yeah, so this knife here has been out of production now for some time. Yeah, so now I definitely have to learn how to make some sushi. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous knife. Just so stunning. This one definitely should go up, huh? This honyaki with the Sakai knives. This is my Takayuki section right here. The Masamotos are not gonna go up because they will be for sale to my Patreon supporters. And I've already got 4 right there, so I don't need any more. So my 7 sukenaris, they're gonna be up for grabs as well, so I'll put these boxes away. These knives over there are my Seki knives. My Hashimoto has to go up. Oh my goodness. And the Saji knives, these are the artistic Saji knives. They will stay in their sayas, so they won't go up. A lot of you guys left some really interesting comments, good and fun comments from the last video, the last unboxing, so I just want to read a few of them here. I will try to remember to spend 2 to 5 minutes and try to answer a few questions or read a few comments and throw a few shoutouts out there. Oh yeah, you live in Thailand. Yeah, I'm sure it's hot every day and evening there. I'm complaining of 100-degree weather. You guys have 100-degree hot weather with humidity, so I don't envy you there. Bradley Gong 429 YouTube Kuza. Yeah, YouTube Kuza. I know, yakuza, right? Yeah. I don't know where the bracelet, it's somewhere in my studio here, but yeah, yakuza coming for me one day. Tazo Takezo. So unique laugh. Do I have a unique laugh? Don't know if that's an insult or a compliment. This one's from Wanda Eisenman. And after watching the video about the Takafu knife village, I ordered a bunka, ordered bunka knives from Anryu and Saji. Good choice. They're awesome. Both those knives. They weren't in stock when I was in Takafu, so I couldn't get them. But hopefully I'll get them at some point. But I love bunkas, and obviously any knife from Anryu or Saji is worth purchasing. Okay, this one's from Jamie Has. And so you have a love and admiration for handcrafted knives, but yet you support factory-made knives like yaxell. Factories like yaxell will ultimately put those Japanese blacksmiths out of business. I disagree with that statement. I understand your sentiment. I respect it. There's nothing wrong with what you said, but I think that your frustration is misplaced. My very, very first knife that I purchased that was Japanese made was actually a yaxell back in like 2005, 2006, or maybe even before that. So without yaxell being sold at Bed Bath & Beyond, I would have never heard or known of Japanese knives. I think artisans will always have a place in the knife world, but you know, with consumerism the way it is, globalization the way it is, people are shifting towards cheaper factory-made knives. And I really wouldn't even blame factories for making $5, $10 knives because people are buying them. I think it's more of the mentality of knives in general. I think people are trying to just get away with buying $5 knives, $10 knives, expecting them to perform like a $100 knife. So I think it's really more of the consumer mentality that's causing blacksmiths and artisans to go out of business or to be in less demand. Having a company like Yaxell that sells a $100, $150 knife, VG10 knife made in Japan, that is going to allow a user to go into the Japanese knife market, use it, get to know it, and then one day appreciate knives well enough to actually spend $200 plus to $300 plus on an artisan crafted knife. So that's my response to you. I don't think that knives like Yaxell are going to kill artisan knives at all. If anything, they are bringing people into the Japanese knife world. But again, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so Zen Master Me. Oh, that's a cool name. The perpetual smile on your face, Ricky, shows your true love for knives and your viewers. I love knives. I love knives, guys. I mean, there's no denying it. I kind of downplay it when with my friends. They're like, "Hey, what do you do? You know, do you love all your knives?" I'm like, well, I don't love all of them, but I enjoy knives. But I love knives. I mean, there's no denying it. So thank you for appreciating that. Oh, okay. So this is from Noah Zero. Could you clarify where in Japan you went to get these knives? Then it goes on. So I went to visit a bunch of artisans, and so while I was there, a lot of these artisans have shops or have a space where you can buy these knives, and that's basically what happened. And then I had a basically my friend Professor X shipped them back to me in one shipment with 3 or 4 different boxes. And there are more coming too. So a lot of these knives aren't for sale in public stores because they're all out. And so I was privileged enough to actually have kind of a back office meeting with these knives or with these artisans. And so I was able to pick up what I can. So if you guys have any questions about my trip or any knives that I have here on my wall or in my collection, leave them in the comments. I will do my best to read them if I can, go through them. I really want to open the other box, but I can't because it's 9 in the morning and it's already 99 degrees outside. So I cannot stay in here any longer. It's really hot. In case you guys can't tell, there's like a glow or a sheen on my forehead that's probably forming. It's just really hot in here. But yeah, I'll get the next unboxing of the other knife shipment I've got, and we'll go through this again another day. Okay? Thank you guys for being here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Who is calling me right now? Oh, my lawyer. Hello, this is Ricky.